Rodrigo Duterte, the 16th president of the Philippines, rose to power with a compelling story of a man who was determined to bring about real change in his country. Born on March 28, 1945, in Mayasin Leyte, Duterte grew up in Davao City and experienced the challenges faced by ordinary Filipinos firsthand. His journey to the highest office in the land was marked by controversy, but his leadership style and policies left a significant impact on the nation. Duterte's political career began in 1986 when he was appointed as vice mayor of Davao City. He later became the city's mayor, serving 7 terms over several decades. During his time as mayor, Duterte transformed Davao City from a crime-ridden and corrupt place into one of the safest and most economically prosperous cities in the Philippines. He implemented strict law enforcement policies and a zero-tolerance approach to crime, earning him the nickname the Punisher. His reputation for being tough on criminals and drug dealers was both praised and criticized. While some hailed him as a strong leader who brought peace and order to the city, others accused him of human rights violations and extrajudicial killings. Nonetheless, Duterte's popularity grew, and he capitalized on this when he ran for the presidency in the 2016 elections. Running on a platform of fighting corruption, criminality, and drugs, Duterte struck a chord with millions of Filipinos who were tired of the traditional political establishment. His blunt and straightforward rhetoric resonated with the masses, promising swift and decisive action against those who threatened the nation's stability. Duterte's victory in the 2016 elections marked a turning point for the Philippines. He assumed office on June 30, 2016, and immediately launched his controversial campaign against illegal drugs. His war on drugs policy was met with both praise and alarm, as thousands of suspected drug dealers and users were killed in police operations. Human rights groups and some international organizations condemned the extrajudicial killings, urging the government to respect due process and uphold human rights. Despite the criticism, Duterte remained popular among a vast majority of the Filipino population who believed that his methods were necessary to combat the drug menace that plagued the nation for years. He also pursued infrastructure projects and socio-economic reforms to uplift the lives of the poor and marginalized. During his presidency, Duterte faced numerous challenges, including territorial disputes in the South China Sea, tensions with other nations, and internal political struggles. His foreign policy tilted towards a more independent stance from traditional allies, aiming for stronger ties with China and Russia. However, this approach garnered mixed reactions, with concerns over the nation's sovereignty and long-standing alliances. In the midst of his term, the Philippines faced the devastating impact of natural disasters, including typhoons and earthquakes. Duterte's leadership was put to the test as he worked to mobilize resources and assistance to affected communities. As Duterte's presidency reached its final years, he focused on securing his legacy by pushing for constitutional changes, particularly shifting the country to a federal form of government. However, this endeavor faced opposition and debates about its feasibility and potential implications. Throughout his time in office, Duterte's unfiltered speeches and controversial remarks stirred both support and criticism. While some admired his authenticity and directness, others found his comments offensive and undignified for a national leader. In the 2022 presidential election, Duterte stepped down from the presidency, respecting the constitutional limit of a single term. His chosen successor won the election, ensuring continuity of his policies and approach. As Duterte's term ended, the nation remained divided in their opinions about his leadership. Some praised him for his efforts to combat crime, corruption, and drugs, while others lamented the cost of human rights and the controversial manner in which these goals were pursued. In conclusion, President Rodrigo Duterte's story is one of a man who rose from a humble background to lead his nation with an iron fist. His presidency was marked by bold and polarizing policies, as well as a strong desire to create a safer and more prosperous Philippines. While he enjoyed widespread support, he also faced significant criticism and challenges during his time in office. As history continues to unfold, Duterte's legacy will remain a subject of debate and discussion for years to come. If you like this content, please support this page by liking and sharing this video. Please subscribe and follow. And thank you so much for watching. And God bless us all.